When I turned 21, I made a podcast episode called 21 Thoughts Turning 21. I just turned 23 a couple days ago, so in honor of my birthday, I'm going to be sharing 23 thoughts, now being 23. So, wisdom that I have, opinions even. I think I threw in a pet peeve in there. Just these random thoughts that I have in my head. The first thought, you go ahead, call me harsh. Stupid people do in fact exist. I recommend you have your individual idea of what a stupid person is and try your absolute best to not be that way. Every time I talk about stupid people or like my version of a stupid person, people say that I'm two-faced because I like to praise love and acceptance, which I do. I do praise love and acceptance. It's important. Everyone deserves love and acceptance, even stupid people. But I get a lot of backlash for saying things like that. But you guys, stupid people do in fact exist. You can't be immune to the fact that there are stupid people in this world. We may not all have the same idea of what a stupid person looks like. So that's why I emphasize to have what your version of a stupid person is. Try not to be that way. Yeah. I don't care how strong, harsh that sounds. Stupid people are real. The second thought I have, hitting a peak in life does not exist. I'm currently reading The Mountain Is You, and it talks a whole hell of a lot about self-sabotage. A type of self-sabotage is to not allow yourself to do certain things, reach a certain potential because you're afraid that it's going to be your peak. Everything is going to go to crap after that. But that's life. Like the whole point of life is hitting these highs. And if it hits a low right after, that's so freaking normal. I made a video about this a couple weeks ago. It's going to go low no matter what. Just don't let it stay low. Use everything, the highs, the lows, as momentum to go up. Just don't let it stay low. That's why when people talk about, I peaked in high school or college was my peak in life, that wasn't your peak in life. That was a peak in your life. And you allowed it to go to absolute shit. You did that to yourself. Third thought, I've always, not always, but for a very long time, I had this strong belief. And then for a little bit in my life, a short time period in my life, I got swayed a certain direction and was told that I was immoral for thinking this way. But then I went back to having this belief. But yeah, so to allow a political party to dictate what you believe in is to not truly believe, it's to conform. I'm sorry, but I just do not buy the coincidence that one party, one organization, one group of people fully aligns with everything that you believe in. It does not make sense to me. It never has made sense to me. I don't buy it. I do not buy it. And you can make the argument that it's not that it just aligns with everything that I just believed in. It's that I realized that that was the ultimate truth. That everything else is wrong. I don't buy that BS either. That does not make sense. That does not make sense. We live, you guys, this quote has been around forever. The world is not black and white. What makes you think one party and one belief system is the right one? What the fudge? Yeah. Number 4, I said this last week, strong opinions loosely held. We are all right and we are all wrong at the same time. And I know that's not going to sit well with certain people, but I mean, my truth is my truth for me. For example, Jesus is the ultimate truth, but that doesn't mean that I can invalidate other people's belief systems. Who am I to do that? To know God and only worship God is not a reason to shit on other people's beliefs. Number 5, your problems are also your solutions. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In plain English, what this means is that your obstacles, just reveal your progress. And this is what I really appreciate about Stoicism, because it talks a lot about, okay, here's your goal, then there's the obstacle. There's now a new path, then there's growth, and then there's just progress. But to be so clear, your problems aren't magically solving themselves, but they do contain the necessary training required to solve them. 6, stop being a forever student, but always be a forever learner. So that's something that I struggle with. Because I love to consume all this knowledge, all this wisdom, and I don't always put it into action. So to be a forever student is to just do just that. But a forever learner is to, yes, continue to consume this knowledge, continue to consume this wisdom, have these mentors, but don't do nothing with it. Don't sit on your ass with it. Execute with all that stuff. Number 7, this is probably one of my favorite thoughts that I have right now. Wisdom is capital that compounds. Wisdom, to give a quick definition, is your accumulated understanding in life gained from experience. Capital is something you invest. Compounding is growth that accelerates over time. Prioritizing wisdom in life, I believe, is how you truly accomplish both internal and external success. Number 8, I might have said this in 21 Thoughts Turning 21, I don't remember, but never be afraid or ashamed to make your confidence loud. I've been thinking about this one a lot ever since that one girl made that TikTok that went super viral about how she is so pretty and famous and she can't go anywhere anymore. I really do not understand why people were so angry. What the fudge? It just blows my mind how offended people were. What was weird to me was how angry people got. And I'm not gonna lie, at first when I saw it, I was like, okay, chill. And I kind of subconsciously, because I really sat myself down and thought about this, I realized that I got offended because I felt like she was indirectly calling me ugly, that because she is the standard, then she's calling me ugly. So then I was like, F this girl, what? Like, that's so weird. And I was like, okay, wait, this video has absolutely nothing to do about me. Like, she doesn't know me. And even if she did, and she was saying something rude to me, if she was calling me ugly, at that point, I really think that if I were to get offended over that, that's more of an internal thing that I need to work on rather than be angry at her for. So, y'all, if she was, which she was not, if she was saying that everyone else is ugly, I don't think people should get as upset as they were. And she wasn't even saying that, so. But overall, I followed her after I saw the amount of hate that she was getting because I love how she handled it. And I think she really thinks that she is gorgeous and smart and famous. Like, I think she's truly has manifested these beliefs about her that they came into fruition. And if you're upset about that, and I honestly think that people can take a note or two from her and think about themselves in the same way. And this goes really well. This is a really good tie into my next thought. If you make yourself laugh, if you think you're cute, if you think any type of way about yourself that is positive, trust those thoughts. Do not second guess those thoughts. Don't wonder, is this even true? Am I thinking too highly of myself? Always acknowledge those thoughts. Love those thoughts about yourself. And don't allow the external or even just the fear of what the external thinks sway those thoughts, sway those opinions you have about yourself. If other people were inside of your head and thought that you sounded like an arrogant asshole, you are doing everything right. Your thoughts shape your reality, you guys. We are not new to that fact. Who freaking cares if you think you're the best person? Like, who cares? You should think that way about yourself. Number 10, be annoying about your passionate ideas. Anything that you're passionate about, be annoying. Talk about it constantly. If you think that this idea you have can help others, can benefit someone or something, don't be afraid to be annoying and loud. Don't be afraid to rub people the wrong way. Don't force people to think the same way. But own your truth. This leads me to number 11. I talk about this all the time. I cannot make a podcast, especially if it's 23 Thoughts Turning 23, without talking about my own passionate ideas, my philosophical main worldview that I have, which is truly believing and knowing that our purpose in life is to contribute to this ecosystem that can only go on by us cultivating our individual skills, talents, and interests. Analyze the things that you are good at. Analyze the things that you like and tap the frick into it. Frick the money. Your purpose is to pursue your individual mastery. And I don't want to hear any, I'm trying to be realistic. Shut the frick up about your fake realism. You're honestly not even being realistic by taking on these specific jobs and roles. You're playing it safe. Of course, yes, you do have to be realistic in life and careful about how you're approaching the process. But don't let that job you're using for stability right now be your forever situation. Number 12, you don't need to share everything in life. This is something that I have been coming to terms with recently because I love to share, especially on social media. It's also a psychology thing because you feel close to those you share your life with and you just share ideas with. And so because I like to make videos and talk about these ideas, beliefs that I have, things that I'm doing, it's been a tough pill for me to swallow to not share the entire process because there are negative ass people in this world who will throw disgusting frequency at you because watching you try, not even accomplishing yet, just the watching you try part makes them uncomfortable. With that, I deactivated my first Instagram account that I've had since I was like 10 because every time I would post, people from high school and college would always look at my stuff, never like anything, that's just so weird. That's so weird. Like they would see every single thing, but never like a thing. And I'm like, okay, you're weird. And then when I would see some of those people in person, they would act so weird towards me. So it's like, I don't want any of this near me. I also remember always getting called cringy with friends that I had, by friends that I had. And it's just like, the more that I think about all of this, I'm just like, I don't want you near me. I don't want to follow you. Just get away from me. I still like social media. I love posting, obviously. But I just realized that I need to be more intentional about what I share, especially if it has to do with my private, personal life. Number 13, do not take advice from people whose dreams for your life are smaller than yours. Your friends, your family should want you to have bigger goals than what you have for yourself. This goes back to what I was saying about realism and being realistic. If people are telling you to be more realistic, I'm not one to say to get rid of them, because again, maybe it could be your parents saying this. But F that. I just like, my advice to you, if someone says that to you, whether they're your parents, who the frick ever, don't take advice from those people. At least advice that has to do with the things that you want to do, if that makes sense. But you guys, dreams are not meant to be small. The world is big for a reason. The world is big for so many reasons, and your goals are one of the reasons. If dreams were meant to be small, we wouldn't have Olympians, astronauts, Oscar-winning actors, or any of the frickin' Mr. Beasts in the world. You are not meant to live small. Number 14, happiness is overrated. Search for contentment instead. I'm not saying don't be happy. I'm just saying this constant search for happiness, what is that going to do for you? Be content. Be content with where you're at with your current situation. It's okay to want to change and upgrade your life. I'm not saying that. If anything, I'm all for that. But be content with where you are. I struggle with this myself. Sometimes I'm even searching for healthy highs, healthy, happy highs. But none of it will ever truly satisfy you long term like contentment will. 15. Use traveling as your tool rather than your answer. I love traveling. I always have, and I always will. It's really helped shape the deep parts of my personality. But anyone ever can literally tell you that traveling, yes, is one of the best medicines in life, but it is not an escape from your problems. Problems will always be with you, regardless of the continent that you're in. When I lived in Spain, I studied abroad for a semester. It was the first time that I went to a different country, other than Cancun and Cabo, but I mean, that's like super touristy Americans, a super touristy American spot, so I really don't even count that. Going to Spain and living there was my first out-of-country culture shock experience. And I hit all of my bucket list, like childhood bucket list travel spots. It was so great. But I'm not gonna lie, when I was there, I had anxiety the entire time because I felt like I was wasting my, not wasting my time, because again, I did a lot of things that I loved, and in the moment I didn't feel like I was wasting my time, but I just felt like I wasn't doing anything to pursue these goals that I knew I wanted. But honestly, looking back at it now, every time I would travel, I was just putting off all the things that I wanted to do. So again, traveling isn't going to fix your problems. It will help you with your problems, but it's not going to fix things. 16, not everyone has a bad frequency. Their frequency is just different than yours. This isn't to excuse the haters in the world, because those are ridiculously real. But there are people who will just disagree with you in life, and that's okay. Your energies are different, and that's okay. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. They're just a different person than you. They're not immoral. They just showcase their morals differently. Number 17, and this one is more of a pet peeve than wisdom, like I've been sharing. Personally, and you can say whatever you want, you don't have to listen to me, but personally, I think that we should stop asking people how they are if we don't really care to know, or if we don't have the time to really know. If you're just saying that to someone that you just pass by and you're like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, hey, I'm good. How are you? And just like, do not even care. Like, to me, that's just so pointless. Like, what? Such a common American filler thing to say that just drives me absolutely nuts. When people ask me how I am, sometimes it depends on if I have time or not. If I don't have time, I will just say good, and I won't even ask them back. I'm not being rude. I just if I'm gonna ask you that, I want to know. So if I don't have time, I just say good, and then move on. I know it sounds bad, but I mean, it's like, you put me in that position where it's like, oh. If we do have the time, then I do genuinely tell them how I'm feeling, and then I ask them and hope that they will reciprocate the energy and tell me how they are actually doing. Something I like to say instead is, I see someone I know and I say, it's good to see you, because I genuinely mean that. Like, that's not like, I'm not just saying a stupid ass little filler thing to say. Like, if I'm passing by someone and I know them, I genuinely mean it. It's good to see you. Again, you do not need to listen to me. This is just my pet peeve, but it honestly does go a lot deeper than just being a pet peeve. It's just so disingenuous, and I cannot stand it. It absolutely irks me. Number 18, prioritizing your inner work. So your internal state should be the first step to achieving any goal. Let's say you want to manifest money, for example. If you have any subconscious thoughts of believing that you're unworthy or anything like that, money will run away from you rather than attract. This goes back to the thinking highly about yourself and being genuine about it. Working towards your goals, any goal, starts with liking yourself first. Truly believing that you are worthy of attracting good. Number 19, also one of my favorites, learn to invest. Learn about money. Try to be financially literate. I have a specific way I like to allocate my money. So when I get a paycheck, 60% of my money in that paycheck goes to fixed goods. So anything I need, groceries, supplements. I even put books in there because I value learning. Reading and educating myself is a priority of mine. 15% goes to savings. So just to be a little more specific, I have a high yield savings account, which basically is you have money in there, you get interest. So like, let's say you have like $1,000 in there, you'll probably get like 0.12 cents back every month or something. I don't know exactly how it works. That's why I recommend looking into it, but it's really cool. High yield savings account, 15%. Another 15% goes to my investments. So I have a Fidelity brokerage account, and within that account, I have my index fund. So like S&P 500 stuff. And then 10% goes to guilt-free spending. So if I want to, I don't know, have matcha, or if I want to go eat somewhere specific, clothes, 10% doesn't seem like a lot, but it can go a long way. You'll be really surprised, actually. This has honestly really changed my view on money. I've always been a pretty frugal person, but seeing my money grow and grow in different ways is just it's so cool. Like noticing how my money is growing for different purposes motivates me in a way. It also makes me feel like a badass for like knowing these things. I'm not fully financially literate, but I'm not fully ignorant, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Number 20, AI can be your enemy or your partner. Choose wisely. That's all I'm going to say on that. I have strong opinions, loosely held, on AI, ChatGPT. I don't feel like going down a controversial rabbit hole right now. Maybe I'll make a video dedicated to me talking about AI and my thoughts, but we'll see. Number 21. Become a person who values correction and reality over comfort. Ryan Holiday was on The Diary of a CEO a couple years ago. Until this day, that's one of Stephen Bartlett's most viewed episodes. He talked about discipline a lot, and he emphasized the importance of doing at least one hard thing a day. So a walk, cold shower, even waking up early. But yeah, start to love correction and reality more than your comfort. 22, we're almost done. 22, quote your mentors more. People try to call me out a lot as if they're doing something by telling me that thought wasn't yours, I heard it here, or like this person said that first. And like, that's not the point. I don't say these things and talk about wisdom to act as if I started this idea and these ideas are mine. The whole point of wisdom isn't just coming up with these things and pulling them out of your ass. The whole point of wisdom is gaining experience in your life, but also listening to the experience from your mentors. So by quoting your mentors and sharing the things that help you to improve your life and help others to improve theirs, you're spreading positivity and truth, almost ingraining it in other people's heads, but you're also ingraining it in your own head. It's neurolinking. You're neurolinking your mind to believe these good things. It's not about claiming originality. It's about curating what shapes your worldview. And by repeating it, you're internalizing it. Oh, okay. Number 23. It is not in your human nature to dedicate yourself to just one task. And before you say that I'm contradicting myself because it goes against my philosophical worldview of, dedicating yourself to your life's task. So hear me out. It's not in your human nature to dedicate yourself to one thing and that one thing only. But it is in your human nature to explore the things that you're curious about. It is in your human nature to grow and seek the new. If there is anything you have an urge to explore or know about, whatever, F it and do it. By not doing the thing, you are going against your human nature. So any calling that you have, big calling, small calling, just freaking do it. Just freaking do it. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but again, y'all, it is in your human nature to seek the new, to explore, and to grow. Don't go against your human nature. Okay, you guys, that was honestly one of the easiest episodes I've done because it's just thoughts that I have in my brain. And with that, I want to hear your thoughts as well. With YouTubing and podcasting, I speak a lot, but I also like to listen or at least read other people's ideas. So truly, anything that you have, I love comments. I've been getting a couple of bad comments on my YouTube shorts, but I don't even get offended. Like, I think they're so interesting. Don't quote me yet, but I think that I'm going to do next week's video on the hate comments that I've received, both on YouTube shorts and on these 2 viral posts that I have on TikTok. People have a lot of bad things to say, but I think that those things should, depending on what the comment is saying, I think that some of those negative comments should be analyzed. Depending on what the comment is, what the point of the comment is. I don't know. I have a good idea. We'll see what I end up doing with it. But yeah, happy birthday to me. And happy birthday to any of you, if you have a birthday coming up. Or even if it's not your birthday, I'm giving you a happy birthday in advance. Okay. Remember, it is a good day to have a good day. If you want a good day. Bye.